Speak and think life. The power of abracadabra. Reflection, connection, mind direction exercise. Speak life. Abracadabra is an important theme in all of my books and videos. One of the reasons is that abracadabra is a recognized name. It is a word that has been used for hundreds of years. There is not one person on this planet who has not heard this word. Abracadabra is whatever language they speak, unless they live somewhere in the jungle. Many people look forward to a great show under this name. What does this actually mean? Abracadabra means I will create what I speak in ancient Aramaic. That is how the world was created, through the words alone. Everything is words. Words have power and must be taken seriously. Words make us happy. Words can destroy. Words can build up. Abracadabra happens to be very important when challenges and chaos hit our personal lives or the lives of those who are close to us. When we experience loss, how we speak is the most important thing. A doctor can tell a sick person they can treat their illness. However, if the patient speaks negatively, they're internalizing the negative thoughts and feeling they can no longer expect the operation, the course of medicine, or the recovery process to work. Many times, both myself and people close to me have been in a 50-50 situation, where there's a 50% chance of success and a 50% chance of failure. Anyone who's been through a heart or cancer problems knows exactly what I'm talking about. That 50-50 can turn out to be 100%. What swings it to 100% is the way you speak. The way you speak is an expression of how you think. The words that you articulate become your thoughts. Negative utterances being negative energy. And negativity affects you on a physical, mental, and spiritual level. We should eliminate any word that is not positive from our vocabulary. It makes an extremely big difference. We should not listen to anyone who is negative. We should not say anything negative. Only then we have a chance to recover. We should choose to focus on the positive. We ought to make a list of all the benefits we obtain from an accident. We should focus on the bright side of an illness, missing a flight, falling off a chair, and not being able to go out in the street. After all, we are living in a dangerous world today. How many people just walk innocently along the road and have someone stab them? How many people are affected by a terrorist throwing a bomb, a fire breaking out, a building collapsing, or a crash? If you're ill and sick in bed, you're going to miss all of that. So isn't that a blessing too? We may never know the reason why things happen to us, but they happen for a reason. It is magic working in our lives. The challenge in our lives that we're actually going through is a blessing in disguise. They are best things that could possibly happen to us. How very few lack the vision needed to perceive this. Very few remain calm and relaxed. Allow me to share one of the personal challenges I had to go through with you. I unfortunately went through a major heart attack, and it was in time I saw the reality. The big boss wanted me to carry on. One day, despite feeling extremely tired and not very well after a long day, I decided to go pray at the synagogue across the road. It was 9:20 in the evening. Normally, one sits and eats and relaxes at this time of the day. But I was determined to go. I don't know why I had this determination. At the synagogue, I suddenly felt a sharp pain in my chest and started sweating. I did not treat it as something dangerous, though I had an urge to go to the bathroom. I was told afterwards that most people die from a heart attack. They die in the bathroom because they are by themselves and no one can help them. Well, in this particular synagogue, there were 13 toilets, which all happened to be taken. All the doors were locked. Usually there's at least one that is open, but not this time. So I went back to the main hall. The two people who were standing next to me looked at me and said, "You are sweating. You must be in pain. We think you've had a heart attack. Would you like to go to the hospital?" They told me that they worked for the emergency service and had parked the ambulance outside to come and pray. I was still feeling positive. I thought to myself, this is great. Thank Hashem that they were here. I did not think negatively as to why this is happening to me. Soon I was lying down in the ambulance. Previously, whenever I heard the siren of an ambulance wailing as it tried to make its way through the traffic, I used to think that the blaring siren was the most frightening thing for the poor patient inside. Not this time, to my surprise, it actually had a calming effect on me. I knew that we were getting me through as fast as possible. I was then taken straight to the operating theatre. I had a massive heart attack caused by a blockage in the main artery. The surgeon, who happened to be on duty, was the head of cardiology. He inserted a stent and was then taken to the recovery room. Later, the surgeon finished the plumbing, and I was too good to go. I had a problem, but I knew I was getting out of there soon. I was positive that it was all technical, and they had to fix. I later found out what a dangerous situation I'd been in. Had I taken longer than an hour and a half to have this operation, I could have died or been brain dead. Nevertheless, I decided to smile. Everything I was going through, what were the blessings of this heart attack? I had so much work and so many things to do once I got back to normal that I started seeing the advantages of the situations right away. I needed a good rest. And as I was working day and night, therefore I had a 3-day rest at the hospital. I was in an intensive care unit. I thought it was great that I was living in a day and age where people can get intensive care. All the equipment to put a stent in my artery. My late father never had that privilege. Millions and millions of people died because this technology did not exist. This too must have been a positive thing. Little did I know that when I got back home, I was stuck in bed for a couple of months. The pain was terrible. However, I would not talk to anyone about the pain. If they said you should be in pain, I would say, I'm glad that I feel the pain. It'd be dreadful if I were numb in pain. I would never know that there was something wrong with my body. I felt positive about it because it's just my heart that was having the pain. My heart had a problem. Later, when people came to visit me and asked me how I felt and what was going to happen, I told them, I'm in one spot now and do not have to travel. That's the big advantage. I can no longer travel. That means my wife and I could be together. I used to travel every second week, and now she was with me all the time. It was the first time I could spend this much time with her. As a matter of fact, in the past 6 years following my heart attack, we were together 24 hours 7. The reason is that I could not go out and do the work I did before. And now I write books and create videos. Now I help other people. I have a purpose in life. Therefore, I see the positive in the problem that I had. We have to ask ourselves, why am I alive? Why was I born? We have to talk positively all the time. How many people make their illness the center stage when they have a heart attack or a serious disease? They talk about it on and on. This is what the doctor or nurse said, how they looked and what they thought. They discuss, they talk about the medicine, the shots, the tablets, and the pills. They ramble on about all the pains, aches, and feelings. This is the best way to lose all your friends over a short people. People do not want to hear about your illness or problems over and over again. But it's not just them. How they feel about it, what does all this negativity do to you? It talks you into your own situation. In fact, what you should tell everyone who wants to speak to you about your pain is, I do not want to be on center stage. Just remember, I have 57 trillion cells in my body. How much do you think my heart takes up? How much will my brain? So it's only on a limited area. The rest of my body works together in harmony. Isn't that too a good thing? They don't know what you're going through. Listen to them. Focus on all the positive things and embrace them. Beautiful things. They start to happen when you choose to concentrate on the positive. Abracadabra is a great secret. Talking positively and using positive connotations is your internal dialogue. This will give you the chance to live a positive and fulfilling life. Concentrating on your illness and talking about it all the time, however, takes away all of your power and denies you the chance to transform your life in a positive way. Living this lifestyle is extremely dangerous as it can impede your immune system. It can lead to depression. You will start losing your confidence and your health will start deteriorating. It will reach a point where you may even think you're going to die. Everyone dies eventually. If they do not die from an illness, they might die from an accident or something unique happening. Perhaps someone blows them up. There are many different ways. Why are you any different? So do not speak death over yourself. Speak life. Nobody gets out of this world alive. Abracadabra is a secret for success. If you want to do something new in business or study, take a course, advance life. Have a special someone to fall in love with. No matter what it is, if you're absolutely convinced it's going to happen, speak it and it will. People will gather around you because you are being positive and realistic. The reality is that our lives can turn negative as well. However, your job is to focus on the positive and speak it into existence. Think life. Abracadabra not only means I will create as I speak, but it always refers to a positive thinking and looking on the bright side of life. Despite all the great challenges we face, I'm going to tell you a beautiful story which also speaks to the power of abracadabra. This story is applicable to all types of illnesses. It applies to those confined to their beds and those who may never get out of the hospital alive. It could apply to you or a member of your family. Keeping this story in mind will give you a lot of help and encouragement and guidance. The story is about a cancer ward where there were 6 men. Their beds were placed around the room and they all knew that soon they would have to leave this world and their beds will become vacant. And they all had lived good lives. They had all lived their lives to the fullest. They had all their dreams, visions, and successes. However, today they needed encouragement. Their families would come to visit them, but usually they were very tired. Sometimes they were grateful for the visits, while other times it was more of a burden. Most of the time, however, they were by themselves, within themselves, in their own inner worlds. They would think and dream of the past, but not about the present. It's an extremely important point, and that is why I'm bringing you this story. One of the 6 men, who happened to be a psychiatrist, was assigned to a bed in some sort of alcove with no direct view from any of the other beds. As soon as he got the bed, he shouted out with joy, "Just look this! I'm right next to a window with a panoramic view of the streets and the park. I'm going to have so much fun. I no longer have to stare at you guys in bed all day. I can see the outside world, the world we miss so much. There's a beautiful park down there. There's a couple of children are playing in the park, enjoying the outdoor space. Would you like me to tell you what is going on out there?" Of course, everyone in the room was interested and curious to hear more. They could no longer go for walks in the park. They could no longer do all the things that they used to enjoy. They were stuck in their bed and all they could do was imagine things based on the experiences that they had before. So he started telling them. They were starting to have a picnic with their mothers. He described how the old man waiting by the bus stop would suddenly walk into the park, stroll around with his stick, talk to the children and feed the birds. He talked about the old lady who seemed to sit there all day long enjoying the sunshine and watching the children play. He told them stories about everything that went on in the traffic, the rain, the sunshine, the different seasons of the year. Wow, look at all that snow falling from the trees. Look at the snowmen the children have built. They are throwing snowballs at each other. He talked to them about what he saw out there on a day-to-day basis. An hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. He seemed very excited about the things he saw. The fact that he was a very good storyteller made it even better. Aside from their daily meals, there was nothing the men looked forward to. They did not look forward to seeing the doctor getting their injections, tablets and blood tests. They had no care for all the other things that kept their lives going. They had all become routine and uninteresting. Instead, they yearned for the daily stories of the outside world through the window, and their friend keeping them up to date with what they no longer had access to. Over the sick time, the 6 men bonded together. One by one, they succumbed to their illness and were replaced by others, until the day came when the friend by the window parted company with everyone else and with life, and went back to his source. Now there was real competition amongst the remaining men as to who would get the lucky chap to be moved to the bed by the window. Everyone wanted that bed. They wanted to take over and continue telling the stories. Well, a lot of arguments over who would get the bed. But of course the men were incapable of getting out of their beds. They discussed it with the doctors and nurses, and even offered to give them presents in return for the bed by the window. The staff had a meeting and discussed what they were going to do, because there was a big problem here. They knew about the stories and how important they were to all the patients' therapy. However, they did not know if someone else could really continue doing the job. Besides, they did not want to tell them the truth about the window, as it would have been completely shattered them. The truth? What truth? There was no view. The window was bricked up. There was no snow in the winter. There was no children playing in the park. No old man walking down the street, and their mother taking the children to the park, having their picnics and bringing them back again. He did not see any birds in the sky or fish in the pond. This was all in the psychiatrist's head. There were simply thoughts that he had brought to life. He had resorted to storytelling to encourage the other sick patients in the ward. They needed it. He needed it too. After all, they were witnessing their friends going one by one. He wanted to make them feel good. Eventually, the hospital staff made a decision. It's the only solution. It's the only solution they could come up with. They announced that the ward had to be vacated for complete renovation, and everyone was being moved to another ward that had been prepared for them. They were being tough to be kind. None of the other patients knew the truth, and it was better that way. So the men never ever found out the truth. They never learned what the dying psychiatrist had actually seen. They never found out there was no window. That is what is powerful about this beautiful story. So we should use it in our imagination to dream up things that are not there. We can take our minds into that beautiful wooded glade and look at the flowers. We can imagine ourselves riding on that open cable car, like a soul flying through the sky. We can also play our live video back. We can imagine that we're in the different places that we have been to in our lives. At home, a party, celebration, a concert. We can lie there and actually listen to the music, whatever type of music we enjoy. If you have a fancy for a specific art gallery, you can imagine yourself walking around that art gallery. I did that when I had my heart problems. We used to visit this beautiful art gallery whenever we went to Switzerland. It was in Geneva. I'd been there so many times that I actually could take a walk around and look at the pictures that I was familiar with in my mind. It felt so good because I transported myself back in time and brought that into the present. That is what we have to do all the time. We should not sit and think about all the pain and problems that we are going through at the moment. It is how we should deal with our sick relatives. If someone is going through something, we have to sit them down and ask them, tell us about something fun in your lives, the things that you have enjoyed. They should tell us about the art galleries that I've been to, the music they have listened to, the games they have played, the tennis matches they have had. They should talk about their favorite holiday resort that they had visited. They should talk about whatever it is that brings a smile into their hearts and minds. That is abracadabra. It is positive thinking. It's absolute certainty. It transports us back to the divine mode where there is no difference between time, space and motion. In fact, time, space and motion are all one In tough and difficult situations, we should fully realize the power of abracadabra, make use of its power, and reflect on where we stand. Abracadabra. How can we make use of abracadabra in our everyday life? First, we have to reflect on where we want to be. We then start to connect to the divine above, who's above time, space, and motion. Following that comes the mind direction exercise, in which we direct your mind to what we are seeking in life. The exercise will help us feel relaxed right away. You see, many of us having imbalances and blockages in certain parts of our body. The energy does not flow through us in a natural and harmonic way. Disruptions in the flow of energy within our body leads to illness, stress, or discomfort. They cause depression and attract all sorts of negative things into our lives. They are the reason why we have pain in our shoulders or feel tension in our hearts. We are going to eliminate those blockages and we're going to allow everything to flow smoothly. It can take time, but it's doable. Therefore, instead of thinking about your problems, I want you to forget about them. They no longer exist. Paint a picture where you want to be in your mind. Paint the outcome it could be. A happy marriage, finding a good husband or wife. It could be getting the job that you like. It could be a business deal or the type of house that you want. It could even be the car that you have set your sights on. Paint the picture of whatever it is you want in your mind. Do not think of the current problem at all. It does not exist. When you paint that picture in your mind and focus on it, you will find that suddenly lifting yourself away from the center stage, you are now looking at other people, life, and things differently because you are concentrating on that picture. I want you to sit comfortably in your chair. Inhale deeply through your nose. It's just you and I here at this moment. I want you to relax and stare at the blue in front of you. All you have to do is to stare at the blue while I'm talking to you. You will find your eyes fluttering a little bit, but do not close them just yet. Keep on staring and listening to my voice. I would like you to concentrate on the blue while listening carefully to my voice. Now allow your eyes to close slowly. However, you'll be perfectly conscious of everything that is happening. As I count down, you will gradually relax every muscle and nerve in your body. Your eyes will be closed at all times, but you will be wide awake, aware, and entirely in control of yourself. Continue to concentrate on my voice. You are very much at ease and completely relaxed. It feels like you are dreaming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to open your palms at the sides of your body and continue focusing on the blue. Visualize yourself staring at the blue and bringing it into the palm of your right hand and feel the energy building up. This is the energy will be drawing down. Hold your palm up so it is facing towards the ceiling and concentrate on the blue in your hand. Feel the energy force coming in. You can feel its warmth. And I want you to lift your hand up to the right side of your head. But don't really lift it up. Imagine you're lifting up your hand. Do not let your hand touch your head. Just feel the energy force and hold it there. Slowly move your hand down the right side of your head. Hover it over your ear, and while pushing in energy and healing, bring your hand down to your chin. Move it around the middle of your chin. From there, move your hand out to the end of your shoulder. Imagine your hand is slowly moving down to your arm and then your elbow, moving it up again towards your fingers. Round the whole of the hand to the right, then right up, left, down, and down. Now proceed to the other side of your arm, all the way down back to your armpit. Slowly move it down your body, around your hips, further down your leg, your knee, your foot, your toes. from there, slowly moving up your hand to the inside of your leg, higher and higher, over your private parts, and then move it up across and around your stomach. Go higher and higher, move it around your chest. Do not forget to keep your hand on the right side of the center of your body, moving it up higher and higher to half of your mouth, your right eye, and up across your head. Now slowly carry on moving your hand down, this time to the left side of your body. You're going to move your hand down slowly across the left side of your head, hover it around your ear, moving it down to your neck and out of your shoulder, proceeding to the other part of your arm and elbow, up to your hand, always moving right towards left, around every finger. Do not miss anything out. Move slowly down to your elbow and up to your shoulder again. Then go down across the side of your belly, down to your hips. From there, move your hand down slowly, slowly from your leg to your knee, and then down to your foot. Then go through every toe of your foot, moving your hand up again on the inside. Go all the way up inside of your leg, across your private parts, back again and up. From there, you move up your torso around your stomach. And you move up your torso and around your stomach and chest. Slowly hover over the side of your heart, feeling the energy flowing round with you. Ceaselessly concentrate on the blue. If you slip, wait a minute. Think and concentrate on the blue and resume. Move your hand higher and higher from your chest, up to your chin. Reach your hand up to your nose and left eye. And from there back to the top of your cranium and the crown of your head. Hold your hand there. Let it hover above that area. Allow the energies to flow through your body. Feel the energy straining it all away. And now you want to think of that picture you painted in your mind. That is where you're going to be. Do not think about your problems because they are no longer there. If you're looking through the rear view mirror, that is all you're going to see. So concentrate on the road ahead. Feel the energy flowing through every part of your body. You are filled with the force. Now slowly put your hand down to rest. You are now feeling relaxed, refreshed, and filled with energy. Your flow is in the harmony with the flow of the universe. The blue light has given you energy. And I count back up from 1 to 5. You'll open your eyes and feel a different person. You'll be happy, calm, relaxed, with a lot of energy to go. Whatever your condition is, even if you are lying in bed or sitting in a wheelchair, you still have a life to lead and a future to look forward to. That is why you are alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Do this every morning and night, or whenever you have tension. We all get tension. It is one of the usual cycles of the human body. It can take 5 to 10 minutes. It will make all your stresses go away and will make all that bad energy go away because you have opened up the channels more as you did it. The more it has an effect. Remember, everything has got to flow from right to left. That is the flow of the energy in the universe. All planets, all stars, everything in space goes from right to left. Electricity flows right to left. Everything goes that way round, because if it goes the other way, you don't have the energy and you get a short. That is why we have to continue to do this again and again. Even when you walk along the street, walk on the right side, then everything flows properly. Come back on the other side of the road, and then you're again walking back on the right-hand side of the road. When you put your shoes on, your socks, whatever you do, first the right and then the left. Now, many people won't want to take it seriously, but if you think about it, you must know. And anyway, you can try it. Everything flows from right to left. This way, you'll remove the blockages. That is the trouble with most of us in our bodies. We don't realize what creates those blockages. But we move that energy around, and we will see the glow of the blue, the force of that energy we are drawing down into the whole of our bodies. And that's what we must think of all of the time.